Hi guys. I did a long live today, so I'm not going to do too much of a post today, but something just happened that I wanted to address. I've said before, I'm not very political. I don't get involved in politics very often. I don't talk about religion. I very little did I talk about COVID and the vaccines and my thoughts on that because of the division that was being created among our politicians. I'm not about that. I am who I am. I don't have very strong opinions when it comes to politics because I don't find that I'm educated enough to make too many comments. My brother at Dean Mitchell 19, I follow him because he's got something like 55,000 plus followers because of his insight and his breakdown of how some of our politics and House of Commons Parliament works in our country. I don't understand a lot of the fucking procedures and shit that goes on in the House of Commons and stuff. So when I see Dean's rants, and they're not always rants, but his political insight, it helps me understand a little bit. Now, I'm very open to a lot of things. I support a lot of the liberal ideology. I support a lot of the NDP and conservative ideology. Do I support Justin Trudeau? No, I'm done. I never did vote him in, but you can, once a political party is in, they're in, and you have to kind of adapt to what's happening in your country based on how they're leading your country. I find it very hard to call him a leader, but that's just my opinion, okay? I have my own opinions that are political, religious, all of those things. I'm not religious, just so you know. Something just happened. My battery just gave me a warning that I'm going to die soon. So I made a post, and I was very eloquent in the way I said it. And it had to do with what did the Conservative Party have to offer over the Liberals. And I just said something this morning, and I thought it was said very well. It was some insight on some of the issues that I have a problem with that the Liberals have made happen in our country. And I'm Albertan, so we are oil and gas. My son is a petroleum engineer. My other son is an electrician in the oil and gas industry. My father worked in the oil and gas industry. It gave us our livelihood all my life. So I am a supporter of the energy sector in Alberta. Okay? And if you say that you're not living with oil products in your life, you have to go back do your research and actually look at what is produced by oil products. And if you drive a car, and if you drove a car all your life, you used energy. If you heat your home with natural gas, you use energy. Even if you're taking down the trees to heat your home, you're using resources. So I don't want to touch too much on it, but I'm the same fucking person I was when you liked me yesterday when I hadn't made that post. Now I've taken it down from Instagram and I've just left it for my friends and family to see. It's no longer public, but it was eloquently said. I was not distasteful. I was not a redneck in any way in my post. And I had someone reach out, and they've already removed me before I even got a chance to respond to their message to me. But it was basically telling me that they followed me for 3 years. They've enjoyed my insight as a 60 plus retired woman, my travels to Mexico. They love seeing us in Mexico. They love watching us here in the shoe swap. She loved my insight into being a mom and a wife and my personality and my humor, but that she had to leave me now because I support the Conservative Party. the day that division happens because of a political opinion, I'm the same person you liked and enjoyed yesterday, but today, because she found out who I support and who I'm voting for, she's removed me from her life. So no, we probably weren't friends in real life. I only have a username. I don't know who it is. But I had a loyal follower who looked forward to my posts every day until today, because I made a statement that I will be voting for the political party Conservative. And that's very disappointing. I have a really good friend who is a Trump supporter, and I am not. And yes, we got into a heated argument, but I would never, ever, ever not have that person in my life because of her political opinion over mine. It is or religion. One of my sister-in-laws is Christian and a practicing Christian, and I am not. I'm not atheist, but I am not. I guess agnostic is the word you'd use, but that doesn't mean her and I don't love each other and aren't friends. I find it appalling that someone would be that strong in their beliefs of the Liberal Party or whatever party they support. It doesn't even matter to me. I don't know or care. It would not change how I feel about you as a person. It's one facet of your life that is this much of who you are. So I'm very disappointed and kind of godsmacked that, like, I should have had a V8, that someone would say that to me and just cut me out of their life like that. Now, it's a follower. It's not that important, but I know that this happened to a friend of mine. Her opinion versus her friend's opinion on the vaccines, politics, religion, they gave up their friendship because of it. And if I was in your face all the time about my beliefs, that'd be one thing, but I'm not. I talk mostly about being a mom and being a wife and being a nomad person who winters in Mexico and a baker. That's my, and a empty nester that misses her kids. I'm still a human, and I just think that I'm emotional because it's a sad state that our country is in. Canada never used to be like this. And to watch online someone yelling death to Canada, death to the United States, and death to Israel, and burning our Canadian flag in public, it's shook me. It has shook me that our country is like this, and that I'm concerned about my children and their children's futures in a country that will let your tiny little political opinion write you off. Just write you off. It's very sad. So peace out. I guess if one tiny little facet of my being is so obscene to you that you can't even look at me anymore, like, holy shit. Sad state of affairs, isn't it?